Hello everyone, I am Dr. Tejashvi Botchalla, consultant doctor in Fidicus Homeopathy. In our previous video, we discussed about what is cervical factor infertility, its causes, how these cervical problems can impact on our fertility. In this video, we will mainly focus on its investigations, treatment options, and its precautions to be followed. I can explain this clearly on the board. Let's move on to the board. Now, let us talk about the necessary investigations for cervical factor infertility. Usually, cervical factor infertility is nothing but the infertility due to problems in the cervix, either maybe structural or in the function capacity of the cervix. Now, let us talk about some of the common investigation to identify the cervical problem. The first most common investigation is postcoital test. This is the most common procedure, and this test can be done usually after the few hours of intercourse, usually around the ovulation time. In this, a sample from the cervix may be taken, and this sample may be tested in the microscope. And at the microscope, we will evaluate whether the mucus containing sperms, either sperms are motile or immotile, or any damages in the sperm may be identified. If this cervical mucus may be hostile, it can result in the damaging of the sperms. Through this, you can identify the cervical problems, functional imbalance in the cervical production. Another most investigation is next test is cervical mucus study. In this cervical mucus study, we have to test our cervical mucus regularly during the menstrual cycle. During the ovulation time, this cervical mucus may be clear, watery and stretchy due to presence of estrogen levels. It means high levels of estrogen levels. When there is the hormonal imbalance or any imbalance in the cervical function, this cervical mucus may be thick, sticky and also cloudy in nature. It indicates there is functional imbalance in the cervical production, and also there is some damage in the cervix. It can lead to infertility condition. These thick mucus prevent the entry of sperm from vagina to the uterine cavity through cervix. Another investigation is hysterosalpingography. Hysterosalpingography is nothing but a X-ray technique in which they visualize the uterus and the fallopian tube. By this technique, you can also identify any abnormalities in the cervix, like any cervical stenosis. If cervical stenosis is present, this liquid may be obstructed. It means the liquid cannot pass into the uterine cavity. So that we can identify there is blockage in the cervix. We can identify there is a blockage in the cervix. So this infertility may be identified. Another factor is cervical culture and pap smear. Usually, cervical culture should be done in laboratory test, in which small part of cervix may be taken and cultured in the laboratory to identify any bacteria, virus, any fungi in the cervical mucus. Through this, we can identify any infections in the cervical cavity. Another test is pap smear test. A sample from the cervix may be taken and examined. This pap smear test is useful to identify any infections, any inflammation, and any unwanted cells in the cervix region. It means any cancerous cells in the cervix should be identified by this pap smear test. Another test is hormonal profile. Usually in the female hormones, estrogen, progesterone, follicle stimulating hormone, prolactin levels, and thyroid levels may be evaluated by this hormonal study. By this, doing hormonal study, you can also identify the hormonal levels. So this, if any imbalance in these hormonal levels can result in the improper production of the cervical mucus. So these are all the investigations should be done to evaluate the cervical problems in a female. Now coming to the conventional mode of treatment in this cervical factor infertility. Conventional treatment is nothing but the modern mode of treatment. In this, they mainly focus on the presenting symptoms, but they doesn't focus on the root cause of the condition causing hormonal imbalance, infections. In this modern treatment, they mainly prescribe antibiotics for any infections like chlamydia, gonorrhea, HPV infections. By this use of antibiotics, lot of side effects like drug resistance and also gastric irritation should be common in these women. But this long-standing use of these antibiotics also causes drug resistance in the women. Along with antibiotics, some antiviral drugs, antifungal drugs should be prescribed. Another method is hormonal therapy. In hormonal therapy, estrogen supplements and other ovulation induction drugs should be advised. By using these ovulation induction drugs and estrogen supplements, we can normalize the cervical production temporarily. When these medicines may be stopped, the condition may be reappears again. So it cannot give the proper treatment. Another is cervical dilatation. Usually, this cervical dilatation is a minor surgical procedure, should be done in an anesthesia condition. In this cervical dilatation, cervix may be dilated to promote the entry of the sperms to the uterine cavity. Another mode of treatment is intrauterine insemination. It means IUI treatment. In this treatment, semen may be directly injected into the uterine cavity when bypassing the cervix region. By this, fertilization may be happen if egg is present, but some side effects also cause it. It is cost effective and it also causes infections and also mild pain and also causes emotional impact due to repeated processing of these IUI sections. Another method is surgical correction. In cervical stenosis condition and other cervical scarrings, any polyps condition, surgery may be indicated. These surgeries cannot give complete cure to the cervical problems. There is problems like recurrence, infection, bleeding may be seen in this condition. So mainly conventional treatment focus on the temporary symptoms like treating the presenting complaints, any infections is there, any abnormalities, any hormonal imbalance temporarily, but they don't understand the proper causing of the disease condition. So by using this, we can get temporary relief only. Now coming to the how homeopathic offers holistic treatment in cervical factor infertility. Homeopathic approach mainly depends upon the homeopathy mainly approaches on prevent, cure, and relieve methods. By using these homeopathic medicines, it can balance the natural hormonal balance and also strengthens the body's immunity and also correct the proper functioning of the cervix. By this, you can prevent the recurrence of infections and also any inflammations, fibroids, polyps condition should be prevented. Along with by using this homeopathic medicine, we can relieve the presenting symptoms like leukorrhea, any first discharge, or any lower abdominal pain. All the conditions should be relieved by using homeopathic medicine. And also, homeopathic medicines may are given on constitutional basis. Through this constitutional basis, we can cure the disease condition from its root cause. Homeopathic medicines are mainly safe, effective, and timely. Why it is safe means these medicines are natural medicines prepared from natural products. Even long-term uses also causes no side effects. And also effective treatment. When compared to any system of medicine, homeopathic medicines act on the root cause of the disease condition and prevent the further recurrence of the disease condition. When we diagnose these cervical problems earlierly with effective treatment like homeopathy, we can control the problems and also control the complications like infertility condition. So homeopathic medicines offer safe, effective, and timely treatment. Now coming to the necessary precautions to be followed to control the cervical factor infertility. One is maintaining proper sexual hygiene. It means washing the area with mild soaps. Don't use hard soaps and also pH cleaners. These can increase the cervical abnormality, results in abnormal production of the mucus. So the abnormal production of mucus can control the entry of the sperms into the uterine cavity. And also avoid repeated douchings. Douchings means forceful injection of some liquids into the vagina to clean the vagina. Continuous using of these douches also damage the cervical mucus production and also results in the scarring process. And also practice safe sexual habits. It means when the infection is suspected, using barrier methods may be indicated. And also maintain ideal balanced diet. It means obesity can increase the hormonal imbalance, especially estrogen levels. Estrogen levels are essential for the production of cervical mucus. When there is imbalance in this estrogen, it can lead to poor production of the cervical mucus. So this poor unhealthy cervical mucus can prevent the entry of the sperms. And also maintain stress-free life using breathing exercises, yoga, to relieve stress. Another precaution is avoid exposure to chemicals and heat substances. Usually vaginal pH is acidic in nature and cervical pH is alkaline during ovulation time. When we are exposed to these chemicals or heat substances, these pH may be disturbed. Due to these disturbances results in the improper production of cervical mucus. And also avoid self-medication. These self-using of the drugs can also cause hormonal imbalance. Follow regular follow-ups like regular visiting of the gynecologist to cure the infections to prevent the further recurrence of the infection condition. By following these simple lifestyle precautions, we can control the complications and also maintain a healthy reproductive cycles. If you are struggling with these cervical problems, Fidicus Homeopathy is the best option. What do you get from Fidicus Homeopathy means? The success of case mainly depends on three main steps. One is the treating doctor, second one is the drug device we are following, third one is the infrastructure we have. At Fidicus Homeopathy, doctors are with passion, qualification, competence and compassion. The drug device we are following is of top quality medicines and we are also best in segment. We are getting our medicines from best pharmaceutical companies. The infrastructure we are following is of latest technology and artificial intelligence. By using this latest technology and artificial intelligence, we can give better results to the patient. Now, coming to the consultation part of Fidicus Homeopathy. Fidicus Homeopathy provides two types of consultation. One is online consultation, second one is in-person consultation. In online consultation, audio and video call options are available. By using this option, you can share your reports to us. If any reports are necessary, we will let you know. You can get it back locally and send it back to us. After completing the case taking, the main part of treatment will be started. Once the treatment is started, we will ship your medicines to your doorstep wherever you are in the world. If you are staying in India, it will take 3 to 4 business working days. If you are staying other than India, it will take 3 to 8 business working days. If you want to consult Fidicus Homeopathy by in person, you can visit our nearest branch and get consultation. Now coming to how to consult Fidicus Homeopathy. This is our WhatsApp number 7997101303. By using this number, you can call or message to us and get consultation. If you have any doubts about Fidicus Homeopathy, this is our website www.fidicus.com. You can visit our website, and by using this website also you can get consultation. Why Fidicus Homeopathy only? There are so many corporate hospitals are there, so many homeopathic hospitals are there. Why Fidicus only means Fidicus Homeopathy stands for highest chance of health, and also Fidicus Homeopathy mainly follows three main principles. One is the highest success rate, second one is the transplant treatment, third one is the personal care. Regarding the cervical problems and infertility, Fidicus Homeopathy having highest success rate. And we are also providing transplant treatment. Transplant treatment in the sense we can explain the condition to the patient clearly and also explain the prognosis to the patient. We are also providing personal care. Personal care in the sense we can give each and unique treatment to every patient, and we are also advise them to maintain a healthy and balanced life. These are all advantages of selecting Fidicus Homeopathy. Now we discussed about the investigations and treatment options for these cervical problems, and also what are the precautions to be followed to control these problems. Remember, these cervical problems can be controlled if it be diagnosed earlier and it will be treated properly. If you are struggling with these cervical problems, Fidicus Homeopathy is here to help you with safe, effective, and timely treatment. Thanks for watching.